Where does that come from for you?
For me, I think I've got an older brother.
Yeah.
I'm classic middle kid.
Okay.
I'm the second of four, and my brother's a year and a half older. And he was, I'm super close. I've got two younger sisters. We're all very close. He was sporty. He in high school he had Kevin Bacon footloose hair. You know, all the girls loved him, and I was the chubby dork that read comic books and watched Doctor Who, you know. So I think partly it was, you know, kind of that role as sort of, you know, the second son, the middle child. And I think it's just, to a certain extent, it's inherent in you know, in sort of your personality, you know, that you're born with, I think, you know, for me at least. You know, I was never really the class clown. I was really kind of too nervous to get in trouble to, you know, to ever do anything like that. I did dress in drag in 8th grade for an acting class project that just brought the house down. So that was fun. But yeah, I think it's just, you know, I think seeing Star Wars was big for me when I was 6-7 years old, but seeing Airplane when I was 10 or 11, you know, and that really informed a lot of my humor, especially when it comes to serious people saying ridiculous things, but saying it seriously. That's my sweet spot right there. Robert Stack, you know, just being deadpan and you know, that's, you know, so that Simpsons, Futurama, like you said, you know, naming my business after an obscure second season reference from Futurama. You know, 30 Rock, and you know, I watch a ton of stuff, but the stuff that I always go to, you know, really is, you know, is comedy. And I'm not a natural performer. So, you know, I tried stand up once and was like, oh, it's not for me. I was part of a group that did a live Mystery Science Theater 3000-esque experience. Are you familiar with?
I am not. No.
So that's MST3K. It kind of bounced around from Comedy Central to Sci-Fi to Netflix, and now they're producing their own through Kickstarter. And it's the thing where they watch an old crummy movie, and it's a guy and two robot puppets, and they make fun of the movie during the movie, and that they've been doing it for like, you know, 30 plus years. And so I need
to check this out.
Yeah, we did a couple, me and some local guys. Rod Lott was kind of the ringmaster. He's at Paycom now. Spencer Hicks, who's a local comedian. Greg Elwell, who's a food writer who writes for the Oklahoma Today. And Richard York, who I think joined Rod at Paycom. And we watched, it was through the Art Museum, their 10th anniversary, 2009 maybe, and it was they had Zardoz, the terrible Sean Connery 1973 weirdly post-apocalyptic maybe kind of thing where he's got this like red bandolier and then kind of this sort of diapery sort of thing, and he's just like hairy with a big ponytail, and it's terrible, and we had to watch it like 8 times because you got to watch it and like write notes for jokes, and then you got to watch it again and write more notes and start workshopping it, and then you start to rehearse it, and then we like did it live, so we're in the front row. They're screening it at the art museum of all places, you know. And we're telling, you know, these terrible off-color, like my parents were there, and I just, you know, at the beginning of, we all introduced ourselves, and I just had to apologize to my parents, like, you raised me better than this, you know, so.
Don't judge me on the next hour.
Right. So that's about all I can do in terms of performance, because I had a script, you know, and I wrote it, you know, and so, you know, you know, my best place is to be, you know, behind the scenes writing, and then especially with like radio and stuff like that, working with really great talent who can just like nail the, you know, the tone that I'm going for.